Wow, this is amazingly great energy. Thank you for coming. So I'm holding my phone since we're doing sort of a live spaces as well as a video cast. So I'm holding my phone for that reason. If you see me holding, why is he holding his phone? We're doing live spaces at the same time as a video stream. So I'll be able to take some questions from as many questions as possible from the audience and as well from people online. But as you can see, I'm obviously here in person. This is me, not a clone of me.
He's like, please, somebody shoot me in the ear. I want to be Donald Trump, please.
The reason I'm here in person is because Pennsylvania is so important to the future of the world.
We are in a swing state. He's like, I'm tired of the Democrats being owned by elitist billionaires and controlling the election. Therefore, I, an elitist billionaire, will support the Republican Party and engineer the election. Now he's campaigning in Pennsylvania. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, he's a walking contradiction. Literally no principles.
You show what matters by your actions, not your words. And my actions are: I'm here, I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm here for a very important reason. Which is. I can't emphasize enough that Pennsylvania is, I think, the linchpin in this election. And this election, I think, is going to decide the fate of America. Along with the fate of America, the fate of Western civilization.
Oh my God, Western civilization. That's such a buzzword. That's such a trigger word. When they say, "Oh, we got to save Western civilization," Elon is going to save us. Elon's going to save Western civilization. Western civilization's under attack. By who, Elon? Hamas. The 3 Hamasketeers are attacking Western civilization. We know this. Because we cannot have Democrats in charge. Democrats are Hamas. Like, what is this fool actually thinking? Hello, unbraced son. Hello, I be lovin' games. Why are Americans so dumb? I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know. Yes, that's right, Nomad. Apartheid Elon. Apartheid Clyde, we call him. Capitalism is under attack on many fronts, and he is worried. Oh my God. Crazy.
And I think the things we all want are simple.
Yeah, he's just parroting the same Trump racist talking points about immigrants taking our vote away.
Sensible, common sense things. We obviously want secure borders. We want safe cities. Sensible spending, so that we don't have
sensible spending. This guy gets billions upon billions. This guy might as well be Israel. He gets so much from the United States government. His businesses are all bankrolled by us, the American taxpayer. But he's saying he wants sensible spending. Motherfucker, we made you rich. The moron is an immigrant himself, yes. Talking about secure borders. Oh my God. He's an American oligarch concerned. He's not an entrepreneur. That's too good of a word for him. But I love that he's concerned about government spending when he is the biggest government beneficiary. It's like, dude, the public should be arming themselves against you. He's public enemy number 1. He's the people's enemy. Why are people cheering him on? I love that he's talking about sensible spending. This guy has hundreds of billions of dollars at his disposal. And yes, he's a very big beneficiary of an apartheid state. Yeah, we want punishment for the crimes against humanity.
The inflation. We want freedom of speech. We want the Constitution to be upheld. I'm being told at times that these are like right-wing values. I'm like, are you insane? This is literally the fundamental values that made America what it is today.
Yes, racism and private property rights.
And anyone who's against those things is fundamentally anti-American. And the hell with them. Yeah. I see I'm getting a lot of agreement from everyone in this room.
He loves his Elon loves his little echo chambers.
And I actually lived in Pennsylvania for 3 years, by the way. I'm no stranger to the state. I lived in the city for 3 years. I went to school here. So, I know the state.
Well, please fill us up more with your anecdotal stories that makes us think that you're relatable in any stretch of the imagination. He's so awkward, I know. He's a class clown.
I'm not some, just arrived situation. I've been here, spent 3 years of my life here. So, it's a great state. Love it, and, yeah.
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 Hey, I love you guys. Please, vote for Trump. Vote for Trump so we can save democracy.
It was awesome, but the thing is, I was talking to friends of mine who, like when I went to Japan, it was very dangerous at the time, but everyone thought it would get better would get better as the years went on. One of the issues was students would get killed from time to time, and that's pretty bad, obviously. And I was talking to someone who recently graduated from Penn. They said, actually, it's worse. And I'm like, it's worse? What the hell is going on? It's like, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the reality is that if someone is a violent criminal, where they either are unable to control their violence or they like it, if you do not incarcerate them, they will hurt people. That's what it comes down to. So if you don't put hardened criminals in jail, they will kill people.
Yeah, if you don't put those poor people in jail, they're going to kill more people. This represents everything that's wrong with our society, because we don't see the economic violence, or we don't count social murder as murder. We don't count the hoarding of billions of dollars, depriving millions and billions of people in the process of basic human needs. We don't see that as innately violent, but it is. I'm not live on TikTok. No, I can't. I'm banned from going live on TikTok. Well, I would say that is what a real capitalist is, Fractal. Real capitalists are thieves. Real capitalists do pretend to create shit and steal from others. Literally, property is theft, So, yeah, I would say that he's a real capitalist in that sense, because capitalism doesn't innovate, it just privatizes. Capitalism privatizes innovation. See, that's the thing. Socialism innovates. Workers innovate. Capitalists privatize the innovations. They patent the innovations. They patent inventions. They copyright things. They have arbitrary laws and rules which state that they own something. And if you own something in capitalism, people will believe that you had a hand in its creation. But that's literally not true. Apartheid Clyde did not create Tesla or SpaceX. He's a investor. He's not an inventor. He's an investor. He invested in these things. And in capitalism, you need capital to do that.
So what it comes down to, and that's, unfortunately, the situation we have here is that the Democratic Party will not put hardened criminals in prison.
That's a very good point that Communist is making here. Nikola Tesla was literally an engineer that constantly got fucked over by capitalists, and now he's getting fucked in the grave. A capitalist uses his name for his company that fucks over engineers. The fuckery just does not end.
And so they roam free, and they prey upon you and your kids.
who preys upon... I'm sorry, who are these violent criminals that prey upon us? Like, this is the motherfucker that preys upon us. The billionaire class. Those are the people that prey upon the general public. Jesus Christ. Like, how fucked are we that we anoint these people? You know what I mean? We anoint the worst specimens of humanity. The worst sociopaths are the ones we adulate and idolize and adore, and it's fucking gross. And these are it's just a crowd full of bootlickers with Stockholm syndrome. They don't even see through their own bullshit. They got these rose-tinted glasses on. They don't even see who's them in the ass. They're too busy glazing these people up.
Family and your friends. This is insane. How can we be the most powerful country in the world, and it's not safe to walk around our cities.
It's not safe to walk around our city. We need more cops. How about the fact that 60%, and certainly it's probably more than this by now, this is a figure from 2 years ago, but 60% of the American public lives paycheck to paycheck. What about the people living in their cars? What about the people who don't have homes? Homelessness has never been higher. The single greatest uptick in the poverty rate from one year to the next happened in our country's history. It happened in 2021 to 2022. More people have less and less. But who do the cultural warriors of today tell us and must have us believe are the enemies of our society? Well, they're other poor people, of course. Poor illegal immigrants who come to our country and commit violent crimes, and they grape our white daughters. This is all racist psychobabble. And this is what this motherfucker's trying to get you to believe about your world. You too could be famous if you had millions of bots pushing you as a genius god. You know, I do think it's pretty suspect when I go live on Twitter and there's like 500 people in Twitter on my Twitter live, and no one's talking. There's like 3 people talking. It's like, oh, well, maybe dead internet theory is a thing. Maybe Twitter is really just full of bots. I mean, how many people... You want to talk about how we're not safe walking around in our neighborhoods? We don't have a neighborhood. We don't have a home. Most, what's the statistics on, millennials and Gen Z homeowners? It's got to be the most paltry in recent history.
What the hell is going on? Yeah.
He's like, thank God I have my echo chamber.
Soros, honestly, misanthropic. He's for someone who has...
Misanthropic? You're calling George Soros misanthropic? You are misanthrop number 1.
Sort of claims to be doing good, but actually he is not. He is tearing down the fabric of society. So terrible. Yeah. But I think it's just unbelievable that you should be able to feel safe walking around American cities. And it's not just Philadelphia has a challenge. New York has a challenge. Every major city.
I mean, all of this is like white people good, brown and black people bad. That's all you need to know, because that's really materially what he's talking about. He can couch it in all these euphemisms, but what he means really, and with the dog whistles that he's sending right now to his audience, is these brown and black people, violent. We got to clutch our pearls for our commercial property. The natives are getting restless. This is really bad. I'm a cultural warrior, and I can influence. He's like, some tech billionaire influencer who bought the fucking talking town square, Yeah. Oh, he's pushed all kinds of nonsense that's never come true. There's a whole website devoted to Apartheid Clyde's broken promises. All the things that he said he's going to do with his investors' money and then doesn't end up doing, but because of the cult of personality and because of the aura he's been able to buy, the PR that he's able to buy with his billions of dollars, people, he's sort of an anomaly in the stock market. And that's why, Tesla can underperform and still have a high stock price. An interesting parallel to that would be Amazon. Early on, because of Amazon's business model, despite it never turning a profit for many years, its stock market price would go up. And that's because it was always acquiring and vertically integrating its business. And it benefited a lot from the tax code. Pretty interesting stuff. The way that capitalists, game the system, always trying to eke out more profits for themselves, because that's the name of the game, folks. Stock buybacks is a big one, baby. That's definitely that's what they do with their profits. So with all the wage theft, all of the profits that go to the corporations, to the executive class, they don't get redistributed to the working class, to their workers. No, what they do is they take that profit and they buy back. They buy their own stocks back. And when you buy a lot of stocks, it raises the price of the share. And that's good. It means it's your little flywheel. It generates more momentum, gives you more profits. People buy at a higher rate. Should we watch? Well, if Elon gets herpes, maybe he already has herpes, who knows, but we know he's bald, and that didn't stop him. Because the more rich he got, his hair just decided to grow back, which I think is pretty cool.
My mom lives in New York, for example. 3 of her friends have been
My
assaulted on the
mom.
street this year. It's like, and it's getting worse. And now, when
Who
she
is that?
takes her dog for a walk, she has to stay, inside of the building so she can call for help if need be.
Oh my God, my mother, who lives in Manhattan, when she goes to walk her dog, she has to send for her driver to walk with her and her servant, who is a nice Mexican man named Eduardo. She has to call for Eduardo. Eduardo, I feel unsafe and my poopy dog is barking. Can you please help us? I know. They literally have more money than they could ever spend in a lifetime, but the guy could spend, the guy could have spent 2% of his wealth, which amounted to $6 billion. He could have cured world hunger and kept many people alive, but he thought that was too much money, and he said, "No, I don't trust the UN. You know what? Send me a business plan. How are you going to make this happen? Because I'm mistrustful." And the UN sent him a whole plan, and he said, nah. And then when it comes time to buy Twitter, well, he's got the $44 billion. He's good for it. No big deal.
Oh, hi there. In the past 6 months, I've been banned on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, and now YouTube. This is 1000% because of my coverage of Israel's genocide against the Palestinians. In light of being demonetized on all these platforms, I've decided to start exclusively posting to Patreon, where you can sign up for all my posts and live streams for just $3 a month.
Wow!
In addition to having all access to my live streams, you'll also be in a group chat with yours truly.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
I've spent a considerable amount of time and effort trying to build audiences on these platforms only to have them swept away at a moment's notice, and that is pretty frustrating. But I want to say that I'm thankful and grateful for all of your support and kind words throughout all of this, and I hope to see you on these new platforms very soon.